Hello everybody, I've decided to make a video and pretend I'm at the CSET kitchen teaching you all, but I'm actually in my own kitchen. Dan, come closer. So we're going to do cheese scones today. You all know this method because it's rubbing in. I'm going to use the BBC Good Food recipe. Look at my posh sieve. I haven't ever used this before. I'm just getting rid of all the lumps in the flour. Give it a quick sieve, but if you haven't got a sieve, it doesn't matter, just shove the flour in anyway. It's self-raising flour, so we want a nice big rise on those scones, okay? You're going to put in a teaspoon of baking powder. Remember, it's the little spoon, not a big one. You know who you are. Who makes that mistake. Salt and pepper, and then the rubbing in method. So butter goes in. Cover it with flour so you don't get really sticky hands. Show this, Dan. Dan, my youngest, is my cameraman, and I'm imagining I've got Sky sitting there in a dressing gown. Freddie, far side of the classroom, he's not stopping talking. And I should imagine Luke keeps coming in and interrupting me and is being told to get out of the kitchen. And I'd also like to imagine Mrs. Else sitting and me having a little chat with her and offering you all a cup of tea and a bit of toast. Show this method, Dan. So look, you're not going in squeezing, you're going in and pushing the butter through your fingers. So my fingers are facing up to the ceiling, not down, okay? Right, so you rub the butter in. I'm doing it quickly, it'll probably take you a bit longer. And can you remember what I say to make sure you've done it properly? It's got to look like breadcrumbs. Look at the mess I'm making. It's like you, Sky. So, give it a good old rub. These are going to be really nice with some cream cheese on, or I don't know what else. I'll have to have a look what's in the fridge. So look, I'm going to give it a shake. Come and show this, Dan. That's not bad. That'll do. Yeah? I'm going to put cheese in. Grated cheddar cheese. If you've got other old bits of cheese, grate that up and pop it in. Little bit, half a teaspoon of mustard powder. If you haven't got that, doesn't matter. And because Mrs. Else and I always like a bit of a kick, not that I'm going to be seeing Mrs. Else, but I like to imagine she's here, a bit of cayenne pepper. Okay, just give that a stir up. And then I'm going to crack an egg into milk. Don't forget to look up the recipe on BBC Good Food. Come closer, Dan. Dan, stir it up. Bit of a well in the flour. Tip it in. Don't whack it in all at once in case it's a bit too much. And I'm just going to use the fork to bring mine together. I'm using my teacher voice even though I'm in my kitchen. There we are, look, it's coming together more though. I've doubled up the recipe, so I'm probably going to need a bit more milk. It's coming together, Dan, look. Right, I'm going to get in there with my hands and have a little feel and see whether I think it's going to come together. So think when we've made bread and stuff, what it feels like. I think that's nearly there. A little bit more at the bottom. What do you think, Dan?
More milk.
More milk. A little bit down the bottom. Give it another stir up. Can you see it all right? It doesn't matter I've got flour everywhere because I'm going to need flour on the surface anyway. Make sure you've given the surface a wipe down where you're going to work because you're going to have to roll it out, okay? If you haven't got a rolling pin, you could use an empty bottle. If you haven't got an empty bottle, just use your hands to squidge stuff together. Right, I think that's okay. So we're going to put a little bit of flour on the surface, move things out the way, tip it out, and then bring it together. So squidge it together like Play-Doh, but don't do it too much. Just try not to handle it too much. Just do it until it actually comes together. You can do this without cheese and then it would just be nice plain ones you could have with some jam and butter. So just bring it together like that. Get all those big bits, shove them in. Nice to have this instead of a sandwich. Change it up a bit. That feels okay. I've got to get my rolling pin out now. Okay, so it's sort of coming together, looking all right. There, okay? Rolling pin. Remember what I say about the rolling pin? Make sure you keep it covered in some flour. But listen, you're not rolling out very much. Okay, it's not like pastry. You want these fat. So I just do it about that much and then cut it down like that. And put it on a baking tray. Over there, Dan. If you haven't got paper, just put some butter on the baking tray. And you've preheated your oven, should have said this before, hot. I put mine, the recipe says 220, I've put mine on 200. I think 220 is going to be too hot. And you're going to keep an eye on these. Well, set a timer on your phones. Okay, how many have we got so far? Dan? 7? Is it? Should get some more out. So again, just a little bit. Bam.